Have you ever wondered how a country as vast, diverse, and complex as India came together as one nation? Not just a geographical landmass, but a living, breathing democracy with over 1 billion hearts beating as one. This story isn't just about independence from the British in 1947. No, that's just the beginning. The real unification of India was a masterclass in diplomacy, courage, and vision. In 1947, India gained independence, but freedom came with a scar. The partition tore through the soul of the subcontinent, creating Pakistan and causing one of the largest human migrations in history, and an unimaginable humanitarian crisis. But that wasn't the end of the chaos. When the British left, they didn't hand over a neatly packaged country to Jawaharlal Nehru and his government. Instead, there were over 565 princely states, ruled by local kings, nawabs and maharajas. Each of them had been semi-autonomous under British suzerainty. Now, they had a choice. Join India, join Pakistan, or remain independent. Yes, technically, Hyderabad, Kashmir, Junagadh, Travancore, and others could have become separate countries. Imagine hundreds of mini-nations dotting the subcontinent. That was the terrifying possibility India faced. While Nehru took charge of the new central government, it was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Iron Man of India, who took on the Herculean task of national integration. As the first Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Home Affairs, Patel, along with his brilliant secretary V.P. Menon, devised a strategy that would change history. Their tool, a simple but powerful document, the Instrument of Accession. They appealed to the rulers' sense of responsibility, their legacy, and often their personal interests. But when appeals didn't work, they didn't hesitate to use pressure and, in some cases, force. Not all states came quietly. Let's talk about Hyderabad, the largest princely state ruled by the Nizam, one of the richest men in the world at the time. He wanted to stay independent. But his regime was under pressure from the Razakars, a militia violently opposing integration. The result? Operation Polo in 1948. The Indian army moved in. In 5 days, Hyderabad was annexed into India. Then there was Junagadh, a Hindu-majority region whose Muslim ruler decided to join Pakistan. Protests erupted. Patel intervened. A plebiscite was held. Overwhelmingly, people voted to join India, and of course Kashmir. The Maharaja Hari Singh hesitated. Pakistan sent in tribal invaders. Singh panicked and signed the Instrument of Accession to India. Indian troops were flown in. The first war with Pakistan began, and that story is still unfolding. While these dramatic stories made headlines, the real brilliance of Indian unification was in the quiet diplomacy. States like Bhopal, Travancore and Jodhpur wavered, but through patient negotiation and strategic pressure, they too signed the Instrument of Accession. Sardar Patel's genius lay not just in hard power, but in smart power. He gave rulers dignity, promised them privy purses, annual payments, retained ceremonial titles, and most importantly made them feel they were a part of something bigger than themselves. India wasn't just a union of land, it was becoming a union of minds. Even by 1950, the Indian map wasn't complete. Goa was still under Portuguese control. Despite peaceful protests, Portugal refused to leave, so in 1961, Operation Vijay was launched. The Indian army liberated Goa in just 36 hours. Similarly, the French enclaves of Pondicherry, Ma and Karikal eventually merged with India, peacefully this time, by 1954. Sikkim became the 22nd state of India on May 16, 1975, after a referendum led to the abolition of the monarchy and Sikkim's integration into the Indian Union. By the early 1970s, the India we know today had finally taken shape. India didn't become one country because someone drew lines on a map. It became one because men and women refused to let it fall apart, because leaders like Sardar Patel believed in unity, not uniformity. They understood that India's strength lies in its diversity, its languages, its faiths, its cultures. The India we live in today, despite all its flaws, debates and challenges, stands as a miracle of political vision and collective will. A country of 1.4 billion people, dozens of languages, hundreds of cultures. Still one flag, one constitution, one identity. So next time someone tells you India became a country in 1947, tell them that's when India was born. But it took years of determination, negotiation, sacrifice, and yes, even war, to become truly united. Because unity isn't given, it's earned. This was the story of how India really got united. If you learned something new today, hit like, subscribe and share this with someone who needs to hear it. And let us know in the comments which part of this history surprised you the most. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed.